Hi, this is Elaine Burke from Silicon Republic, and this is the final day at the BT Young Scientists and Technology exhibition.
Well, it's based on a maths theorem called Pick's theorem. It's used to get the area of shapes on a grid. So we use the Lego because it's a good teaching aid and it's kind of in a grid pattern. The formula is I, which is the inside points, plus B, which is the boundary, over 2. So you have to half it and then minus 1.
And do you think that using Lego makes it easier for people like you or younger kids even to catch on to this?
Yeah, I think it does.
So my project is about using deep neural networks to detect offensive text and use this to combat online harassment.
And how did you come up with that idea?
We all know someone who's been affected by online harassment, but over 40% of internet users at large haven't been experiencing it, and 47% of students in my school haven't experienced it. It's a serious problem. So what I built with deep neural networks was a classification system. So without any human intervention, it can detect at human accuracy is or isn't something harassment, just by using mathematics, statistics and data. So the data set has 20,000 examples. Each example is led by 5 different people to ensure accuracy and to remove human bias from it. So with this data, the machine learning algorithms are able to learn structure, patterns, etc., what constitutes harassment.
So we did our project on microplastics. We did 2 beaches, Fenor and Bishop's Quarter. We got 15 samples from each, so 5 bags, upper, middle and lower beach. And then we brought it back to the lab to test. Fenor Beach had more microplastics in it because it's more open to the ocean. Bishop's Quarter is more sheltered and it's a less popular beach. And we also looked for surface plastics, so bigger plastics. We didn't find any on Bishop's Quarter. We found all of these on Fenor Beach.
Oh, wow. And what are microplastics for people who don't know?
Microplastics are plastics that are 5 millimeters or less, but some of them are really small that you can't see, so we have to use a microscope.
So my project is called You've Got Braille, and I got my idea from my friend Sean, who has Stargardt's disease. And Stargardt's disease is the disease that affects the retina, which is in the very back of your eye, causing it to deteriorate and causing the person to go blind.
And what does your project do to help people like this?
It is a way of notifying them that they have got post, so they don't have to make the unnecessary trip down to their post box every day.
And how does it do that?
It does it by a QR code that the postman scans, which is embedded with all the information needed for a Miro GSM switch, which is located in the house in a receiver. And then when it's activated, it sets off a strobe light and a siren telling the person they've posted. And it'll also send a text message to a carer or a family member, also telling them.
Our aim was to see if there was a correlation between the age of a person and their tendency to lie.
And what did you find out?
There definitely is a correlation. Like the younger students in our school lied much more than the older students.
Really? And how did you go about doing the research behind this study?
We gave them a test that was a general knowledge quiz, and we said the top 5 scorers would get a selection box. And then we asked them to write down their score, and a lot of people had lied about their score so that they'd get the selection box, which is such a little incentive, and yet they still lied. So
yeah, oh, very interesting. And when you present these results, do you think that they might change the way people think about lying a little bit?
I think they do, because even as everyone's coming along, they're asking, when is it okay to lie? Just because there's no real right answer to that. It's all personal choices and morals.
Very interesting. So maybe made you guys think a little bit differently about lying.
Definitely, yeah.
Enjoyed this video? Click here to get the latest news on siliconrepublic.com and follow us on social media.